In this video, we're looking at moving from a flat face, like we have here, to a 3D face, like we have these ones. So the flat face is face on. That's when someone's facing directly towards you. And these ones, as soon as you get this little bend, you get more of a 3D effect, and this is when the face is turned slightly to the right or slightly to the left. And the bend, which way the bend faces, gives you a sense of which way the person is facing. Of course, now that we've got our globe-like heads, it's time to add some features. And so that's what we're going to do now. The eyes sit on the eye line there. We've got a nose, mouth. Now here we've got the eye sits on the eye line again. The other eye, well, it looks like it's closer to this line because the head's slightly turned, you see. And of course the nose sits there. Sometimes if you've got a big nose, that could actually obscure this eye. And then the mouth goes like this. Here we've got this one. The closer eye tends to look a little bit larger. Nose can go like that. And the mouth like this. We need some ears. See how the ear is not right on the edge now? And of course, a neck is always a useful thing. Now it's time to look at turning further and further. In this particular one, we're turning further to the right. So we have this little bend here, which indicates that the nose should face towards the right, and this face is turned slightly towards the right. Here again, you can see that this longitude line is further away from the north-south axis towards the right, again indicating more of a turn to the right. So generally, the more of the bend here, the further this is from this axis, the more the face is turning to the right, and of course the nose always bends towards the right. And finally, we have the same thing here. You can see there's quite a big curve on this longitude line. It's a long way from the axis here, and the nose is facing this way. So the main thing that you see the difference is with the eye. So the further away eye gets more and more obscured by the nose. The further away eye is also smaller, and you can see more of the mouth on this side of the longitude line than you can see on the other side. That's just the effect of perspective on the turning head. And now we're looking at tilting the head up and down rather than side to side. So the first thing that we're looking at is how to tell whether we're looking up and down. So here we've got number 1, number 2. In number 1, we're looking downwards. And we know that because we've got the equator line here, and the middle of it is pointed downwards. When the head's tilted down, we see less of the chin and a whole lot more of here, the top of the head, the crown of the head. In number 2, the head's tilted up. So again, turned towards the left, and we can tell that it's going to be tilted up because the equator line goes up in the middle like that. And with this, we see less of the crown of the head and more of the chin and the throat and the sort of underside of the chin. So the general rule for tilting heads is if the equator line goes up in the middle, it's tilting upwards. If the equator line goes down in the middle, it's tilting downwards. Of course, the direction of the eyeballs doesn't have to conform with where the head tilt is. I've just used it here for consistency so that it's more clear.